gosh, it's, for lack of a better word, just incredibly surreal. I never thought anything like this would happen in my life. I love making movies, and I've dreamed of being an actress that would be able to be in a film like Anora my entire career as an actress. And so it's a huge honor, one that I think will soak in later down the line, hopefully. I really did not expect it at all. No, I really don't know what will happen in the future. I just want to keep making movies and, continue to work with people who inspire me and play interesting characters, tell stories that are compelling. And so that's just what I hope to do. And I really don't know what will happen. I just know that tonight I'm going to go home to my new puppies and probably, clean up their mess, and it's going to bring me right down to earth. Yeah. Thank you for your question.
Final question.
As I said on stage, it's just really feels wonderful that the Academy is recognizing independent film. We, in many ways, we always jump into these projects knowing that we will have to compete with budgets and films that have budgets that are literally almost 100 times what we've shot our film for. And so, when we're actually able to do that, get into the same room as other films, such as Wicked, a wonderful movie, but a totally different type of film from ours, it means that we're doing something right.
It's not about the win. When you learn to let that go, and it is about the work day in and day out, the day that you do win, you just have a deeper appreciation for it. And you feel that you have appreciated every experience and every moment that has led you here. First of all, I'm very, very sorry that you and so many Mexicans felt offended. That was never our intention. We spoke and we came from a place of love, and I will stand by that. I don't share your opinion. For me, the heart of this movie was not Mexico. We weren't making a film about a country. We were making a film about 4 women. Yes. And these women could have been Russian, could have been Dominican, could have been black from Detroit, could have been from Israel, could have been from Gaza. And these women are still very universal women that are struggling every day, that trying to survive systemic oppression and trying to find their most authentic voices. So I will stand by that. But I'm also always open to sit down with all of my Mexican brothers and sisters, and with love and respect, having a great conversation on how Emilia could have been done better. I have no problem. I welcome it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I think we all know that it's an important time to recognize that there's no place for intolerance. And as I had mentioned in my speech, I'm oddly receiving recognition for representing a time in history that we witness unchecked anti-Semitism, and that hatred and oppression have no place in this world, and that we must learn from the past. It's been a long journey and a beautiful one, and an artistic path. And as you try to navigate creative choices, there are many variables, and there's an enormous amount of talented individuals all vying for very few great opportunities, and that's the bottom line. And I have been working very hard for the past 22 years, but nothing quite connected on this level, and so I'm conscious of that.
You went from almost saying no to being a first-time Oscar winner.
I know.
So knowing all this hard work that you put in, how does this win feel?
I don't know. I've already been asked that about 3 or 4 times in whatever span of minutes it's been. I'm not fully inside my body right now. I'm trying my best to be present. I don't know. But like, the thing is with almost saying no to the movie was it wasn't for any creative reason. It was just the way the schedule changed right before we started. It was taking me away from my kids for almost a month, and I was like, well, I don't want to do that. And then I got talked into it, which obviously I'm very glad that I was. I have no idea how I'm feeling is the answer to that question. It felt different. In the script was incredibly tight, that I didn't want to rehearse it or talk about it or anything. It just felt like it was the first time I ever read something and went, I fully understand this guy. I don't even want to read it again. I want to show up on the day and go, what scene are we doing? Oh yes, this one. And the words got in here really quickly because they were so well written. So that was a fun new approach, and it felt like I knew who this guy was, but I couldn't identify it, and I didn't want to analyze it, because right away upon reading it, I went, I know who this guy is, I'm just going to leave it and just do it. It wasn't until almost a year later when I watched it that I was like, oh my God, I know someone exactly like this, and I didn't realize I was doing that. And the moment I realized it, my wife leaned over, it was at like a theater, she leaned over and said his name in my ear. And I was like, you're right, I'm totally doing him, and I didn't even know. So it was that kind of unusual experience. I've never had that before.